This is beachfront in Belize, but this is also beachfront in Belize. And that's exactly why more buyers are starting to question it. So I toured beachfront condos near San Pedro to see what buyers are actually getting today and whether beachfront in Belize is really worth it. Now, before we go any further, there's something every beachfront buyer needs to understand. Sargassum has been affecting the Caribbean for years, and most recently, Belize has been seeing a larger amount reaching its shores. When it builds up, beaches can look very different than the postcard version many people imagine. But it is also important to understand that this is a seasonal problem, and not every part of the island gets affected equally. Some areas tend to stay better and some areas tend to be hit harder depending on the geography and conditions. For example, if the beachfront is an alcove, it usually doesn't have as much sargasso gets stuck on it. But if the beachfront is an in-cove, that's the areas where sargasso usually hits the harder. So it becomes less about avoiding the beachfront and more about understanding where you buy and what are the worst conditions that location can look at and what are the best conditions it is on. Now we are 4 miles north of San Pedro town in the Belizean Shores resort. This here is where the beachfront living changes. You are in a much larger operating resort with a full on-site staff, amenities, and they take care of the beach. Now the unit here has a 1 bed, 1 bath, 750 square feet of space for approximately $299,000 US. Additionally, this resale is offering the flexibility of some financing. One of the big appeals of this resort is its amenities. It has a large pool with an on-site hot tub, a swim-up pool bar, along with tennis, basketball court, and volleyball court. Additionally, it has a large dock with an on-site tour operator and a specified swimming area. So inside, you immediately notice the tons of natural light and the large space. It really feels more like a second home than a short-term rental. And this is the good thing about this property. You can use it both for a short-term rental, it has a great on-site property management, or as a second home. Additionally, the layout flows very nicely from the living, kitchen areas outward to the exterior and beachfront areas. So what you're buying here is that balance between lifestyle and rental potential. This works well for someone who's looking for that beachfront under 300, but also wants a more quieter, more space, and more amenities, and an overall great settings. Now, even beachfront here still comes with a few considerations to keep in mind. This is still a resort style setting, so for the high season, you will still be having a lot of new faces, guests coming in and checking out. So there's still going to be relatively more activity for persons in the resort. And as you can see, while beachfront quality here is still generally better than in town and on other areas, conditions can still vary depending on the time of the year. But because this resort management has a full on-site staff, they are working diligently to keep the beach as clean as possible from the sargassum. From what I have seen throughout the years, this area here tends to be a little less affected than some in-town locations. Additionally, again, there are various resorts in this strip that do partake as part of their guest services of cleaning up the beach. But for a lot of buyers, this is where things start making much more sense. You are getting a better beachfront quality, more space, and an overall lower cost of ownership here because the HOA here is very comprehensive while still being very close to town when you need it. We are only a 20-minute drive into the downtown area of San Pedro. Now, just a half a mile further north from Belizean Shores, the experience changes again. This unit we're about to show you has a price of $235,000 and it offers about 850 square feet of space. Immediately, you're getting more interior space for less money. Inside, you notice additional room and a larger covered patio. The layout feels more spacious and gives you much more of that residential feel, along with the casita being standalone. So what you're really buying here is a space in a quiet neighborhood and resort, along with a much better ownership rental experience. This works well for someone who values privacy, a larger living space, and much more relaxed environment. Now, there are a few trade-offs here. The biggest one is that while you have beachfront access, you don't actually have a beachfront view from the unit, and during heavier Sargassum periods, this area can be more affected because of the cove location. Now, one of the things that is very important for you to understand is that Belize is not just about the beachfront. You have world-class fishing, diving, snorkeling, flat fishing, and insides like the west side, the Secret Beach side, where you don't have to deal with the Sargassum. But ideally, those areas are not fully developed yet, like the east beachfront side. You also have a great food scene and a strong sense of community, along with easy access to everything you need for your day-to-day activities here in San Pedro. And beyond the island, it is amazing how easily accessible the rest of the entire country is. Within 15 minutes by plane or an hour and a half plus a couple hours drive, you can be exploring inland Belize, from Mayan ruins to rivers and waterfalls. So for many buyers, beachfront is just one part of the lifestyle and not the entire decision. So stepping back for a moment, in this series we've looked at off-water, lagoon-front and beachfront condos on Ambergris Caye. And what you start seeing is that each category offers an entire different experience depending on what you are looking for. From level entry off-water options to lagoon front sunset views to beachfront views, you're balancing lifestyle, location, and conditions. So if you're in the research phase, what really matters is understanding which of this fits your goals and budget, not just which one looks the best at the first glance. If you want the full comparison guide, including these 2 condos and 7 additional beachfront condos I considered in making this video, from price ranging $190,000 to up to $299,000, you need to scan the QR code on screen or use the link in the descriptions. Thank you for watching. We will see you on the next one.